Well, how
Well,
goes
all right,
it?
man. How's it going?
Staying way too busy.
Way too busy?
Way too busy.
It's not supposed to be
Wife.
busy season though.
No, it's like at home stuff. Like I was just finishing up a wall for the wife, putting up uh trim, I guess. We're doing like a two-tone wall, so like the
Okay.
top is like a cream color and the bottom is like like a forest green, but it's like paneling and then divided out with like a 1 by 8, and then she wanted hooks across it, so she stained the wood yesterday and hanging it today.
Went
So
from building a koi pond to doing a wall to
yeah,
just
all
keeping
over the
busy.
place. Yeah, and then we had a contractor over today looking at redoing our kitchen. So uh,
Yeah, home
just gotta.
remodeling's a
I
long
hate it.
process sometimes.
I hate it.
Yeah, we're kind of in
But
the we're like a five-year plan at this point. We're like halfway through and we haven't
oh
gotten very
yeah,
far. So yeah, fireworks have been busy. It's been busy.
it has been really busy.
I mean, I got a
Like
whole another year until the Champions of Champions. So I guess I got plenty of time to finish the remodeling. I think.
so that's 100% a thing. Champion of champions.
I
You're.
mean, they've
I mean, I
confirmed it
know
multiple
it is,
times at this
but
point. I mean,
yeah, I'm excited for it.
no, I think so too. Yeah, I'm excited to be able to do that. But yeah, I need the extra year to prep. I think.
I am intrigued to see like how many people actually take their field width that was going to be 400 and move it to the 850. Like I don't know.
I mean, I think there's a couple of people I know that are going to tinker with their shows, but I also know a couple other people that are just like it's done, and we're just going to
I
just not mess
That's
with it.
how honestly the temptation would be there, but I don't know. I guess I'm not in that situation, so I can't say 100%, but I probably would just leave it where it's at because like you start to mess with it, you pull it out and like your parabolics are all messed up. Like anything like that's completely jacked. So,
I think it comes down to the level of prep that you did ahead of time. If you've
hmm
already matched and labeled a lot of your product, and you're
hmm
just going to leave it stored away for the next year, you're probably not going to do a lot because you have to relabel stuff, or you have to be careful about addressing and all that kind of stuff moves around. But if you haven't done any prep work at all, I mean, you've
Yeah,
got
do
all the
it.
time, you got all the time in the world at this point to redo your show and redo all that prep work.
Yeah. I say they just, completely just tell them, no, you got to stay at the 450 and divide the field into two and do 2 years worth of shows.
2 years worth of shows. Okay, it's probably a little excessive,
Yeah, it's already hard enough to get one night's show off.
right? Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah, so you have rain
But
and all that kind of stuff. You never know.
yeah, hopefully
Uh,
we get some drain tile or
yeah,
some.
some drinking tile. And obviously, I forgot what podcast I was on tonight. I thought I was on New Heights with the Kelsey brothers because I was all
Good
prepped up for
God.
the Chiefs, and Kansas City sports is
They're
blowing it up right
doing
now.
good again. Yeah, what,
You got
5
the
and 0?
Chiefs, you got the Royals in the playoffs. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll be at the Royals game tomorrow night. We're actually going to go tomorrow night to the playoff game,
Are
so
you?
tomorrow night.
Okay.
So I was at the Chiefs game yesterday. I'm surprised I have a voice, so I was worried. I'm like,
How
I
how
got to
many
record
rows
a
out were
podcast
you
tomorrow. I
from
got
the
to take care
field?
of my
Yeah.
voice. Got to be careful not to blow it out. But yeah, it was a good time last night. Good game.
Yeah, I wanted to watch it. I can't, what was I doing? I was watching my kids last night. So, giving the wife some time, because, I've been gone for way too long and she has had no time away from the kids. So,
As Rod Seaman says, you got to refill that relationship bank.
exactly. Especially knowing that I'm T minus 30 days away from being gone for 11 days. So,
Oh, geez.
just glad she loves me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because, yeah, I'm really grateful that she is in Pyro and understands to an extent. Because if it wasn't, yeah, I mean, we both know how it would be. Yeah,
Well, I mean, it helps when your spouse enjoys it too and enjoys all the
exactly. It
events and
really
coming out to
does.
them and that experience and doesn't mind helping out and doing all that kind of stuff with you because that helps kind of make it a lot easier.
Yeah. I think this next year, my big goal is to have somebody watch our kids so that Amanda can go with me because, um, you know, I really enjoy her coming out to the musicals and being able to see what either I've designed or somebody else has designed. I know she's just as passionate about it. I mean, we really, really genuinely we met, well, I guess wow, it's been 10 years next year, literally doing pyro musicals. So yeah, yeah. So
No, yeah,
yeah,
it's a lot. It's a
it
lot to
is a
be there.
lot.
So it's always good when you have that extra support behind you.
Yeah.
All right,
So
well, let's kick this thing off.
yeah, all right, let's hit this intro and get her rolling.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Pyro Unleashed. Tune in weekly as Donnie and David discuss all things pyro, from the business aspect of the industry to technical tips and mesmerizing pyro designs. On Pyro Unleashed, we invite cutting-edge experts to the podcast to discuss their role in making this industry a success. So, sit back and unleash your inner pyro with us.
I swear I just watched you shotgun a beer during the intro there. I mean, you were just
Me?
pounding it away.
If Cherry Pepsi was a beer, then
Here we are, episode number 11.
number 11.
We are officially on the back half of the season.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's been intriguing. I was sitting, what was I doing the other day, and I'm like, as much as I love like putting these out, like just in, and I know, being busy and everything has a lot to play with it, but if I wasn't passionate about doing it, yeah, I mean, fireworks, the podcast, everything, it's all a passion. You have to be, you have to love what you're doing because otherwise, yeah, I don't think either one of us, I mean, we wouldn't be doing this and yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, I was just
No, no,
thinking about trying to
I'm,
create time, I think, more than anything to make these, get these recordings up and
yeah,
yeah.
I know. I'm right there with you. I mean, I've enjoyed a lot here in the last, I don't know, couple weeks or so, actually being
Hmm.
face to face with a lot of our guests. We've
Yeah.
had some opportunities to be face to face, in person recordings, and those are great. Like, I really, really enjoy some of those face to face things. And I think as we kind of progress forward through this, we're going to get more of those opportunities and do more of that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. And so, I think at more of these events we attend, you're going to see us do more and more recordings at those kind of things, whether it's both of us there or one of us there or whatever. You're going to see a lot more, I think, of face-to-face
Yeah.
interaction and recordings. And so that's just some more things that we'll kind of get into as we kind of go through with the rest of the season, some stuff coming up. But
Well, and one of those is going to be at Cobra Con 2025.
absolutely,
So that's
April
going to
10th
be,
through.
it is going to be April 10th through 12th. And um, yeah, I want to chat a little bit about that since we're already here talking. We can talk about our sponsor.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, obviously, Cobra is a great sponsor of the podcast and other podcasts
Yeah.
out there, and just in the pyro community, they are very very passionate about helping the pyros out in the pyro world with all their shows and stuff, and being there with their customer support. And both of us shoot Cobra and have had that
We
that
do.
relationship with them, and it's been really good for us, and I think just for the whole entire community to have Cobra, on board with all the different medias out there to get the information out and to kind of keep this kind of stuff going
Yeah.
as another platform for pyros to communicate and put out some information.
And stay connected during the off season because, you know, we don't all do this full time. So the off season really for all of us is when we are starting to design and starting to think about our show for next year and how to make it work and better than the last year's. So yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
and
enjoy
I
it.
know in a little bit we're going to talk a little bit more about Cobra Con and kind of
We will.
what's there, and
Yeah, some
so we got
sneak
a
peek
couple little
previews
sneak peek
and
little teasers. We're gonna
yeah,
tease you through the rest of the episode here to keep you to
just
keep
just
you all
little
listening.
just little inputs into CobraCon and
Yeah, yeah. So you're
yeah,
gonna hang around. We talk more about it.
yeah.
So
So
let's dive a little bit into, I guess, obviously the last couple weeks.
yeah, yeah,
We were supposed to have a big event and it
supposed to.
got canceled. Then we had a lot
Yeah.
of pyros there, and it was very bittersweet.
It was very bittersweet, but at the same time, on one hand, yeah, obviously I'm sad. Probably more for the shooters that weren't
Yeah,
able to put their shows up. But for me, it was kind of a nice like end of the road for like a lot of travel because I was able to relax. And the pyros that I've seen for the last 2.5 months, like I was able to sit down and get to know some of them more. We sat down for almost one evening and just I mean, really, we just hung out, right? So that was a lot of fun. Um, yeah, and then obviously, yeah, the Innsbrook Pyro meetup on, gosh, yeah, Friday night,
That
right?
was Friday night. Yeah, it was Friday night.
Yeah,
That was a
so
blast.
I have to say, I know for myself, I know when we talked to Rob, it sounds like maybe that might become the go-to for the meetup on Thursday nights now. So if you were there, you know exactly what we're talking about. Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah, it was
honestly,
a
it
lot of
was a
fun.
lot of fun to
Yeah,
just hang out and, you know, the campfire's nice. I don't want to ever put that down, but you know, being able to hang out and just in that environment, it just there was something about the atmosphere that was just different. Like you
yeah, it
weren't
was.
surrounded by pyro. It was just, you know, we were just people hanging out, and our the one thing that we had in common was fireworks. Um, yeah, I think it was just all around. It was a really good experience.
No, I think because we all get together at these events and we're there as pyros and we're working the whole entire time you're there, right? Like you're constantly, neck deep in work, putting on
Right.
shows, doing the trade show or whatever you're doing the whole entire time there. You don't really have that time to really connect and build that personal relationship with some of these people on a more of a personal level. And that's really what was nice about Friday night was it was the opportunity to just kind of chill out and not have the fireworks surround you and
Yeah.
encompass the event. It was more about let's just hang out and talk and just enjoy each other's company, get to know people a little bit better and just kind of continue to build and connect with all these people in the industry. And I mean, everybody was there, like all the big names were there. Like
Yeah.
it was really cool to just be able to just sit back, relax, just kind of chill out and talk with everybody for the night.
And no pressure to like really even talk about fireworks.
No,
Like
absolutely
there
not.
was
No.
none.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, for me and for those that were there, I really hope that that's what happens on Thursday nights now because again, I enjoyed it, and I think everybody that I've talked to said it was probably the highlight of actually going. Which I mean, not not that you know you're doing anything else except for what picking up orders and maybe
Yeah.
doing some fishing. Did you guys get out and do some fishing or?
No, we did a little pedal boat around the little lake that we were at.
Yeah.
One of the guys in our group, and he did some fishing. He did some fishing off the little kayak all
Did
across
he?
the lake and stuff like that. And so, the wife she did some paddle boarding on the lake. So
Okay.
we had some fun. We kind of did that kind of mostly on Saturday. If you were there, Friday was pretty wet most of the day Friday. So
It was.
I know the shoe site was a mess on Friday and Saturday because of all the rain. So I think it was definitely the right call to
Yeah.
to kind of suspend it until next year.
Plus,
At this point because once you kind of see what the site looked like, it was pretty sloppy
well, I mean, what you went and you picked up the canopy before we did the recording on Saturday,
back in the
and
power area, and
it was what 4 inch stone and then 2 inch stone on top, and
yeah
you were
it
like
was ruts all yeah it was
rutting in already. So,
yeah it was 6 inch ruts halfway around the little loop that they put in back there.
and
So
that was what 8 or 10 people at most
yeah.
being back there. Times that by 100. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah. It
could
would.
you
Yeah.
imagine that?
It would have been impossible. It just would have absolutely been impossible. So
Yeah,
it's I think ultimately you come down to it. I mean, obviously it's Saturday. The weather's nice. Everybody's looking around like there's no rain. You could have had fireworks, but logistically there's no way you would have been able to set up and get everybody
correct.
out there and do it safely. And so it was obviously the correct call.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
I know the whole time you were there, you were passing out fireworks.
A lot of fireworks. Yeah,
Yeah.
we
You
had
get a whole
took
you had a whole box truck full.
yeah. Yeah, we took 26 footer, so I think we had 40 orders ish somewhere in there. So, those of you that listen and picked up an order, really appreciate that. Thanks for coming out and supporting us and hanging out at the back of the truck. What was it? I think it was it Thursday night. Tim Jameson arrived, and then a bunch of people were just like coming back, and I think for like 2.5 hours we were just back there just talking and hanging
Yeah.
out, and yeah, it was a lot of fun to just again it it wasn't really it was about the pyro, but it really wasn't. Like we were
Yeah.
just hanging
Absolutely. Yeah.
out. So, yeah, it was just it added a different level or a different experience to pyro, and I can't talk highly enough about it. So,
Yeah, I would love to see something like this similar. It doesn't have to be at Skywars. It could be anywhere, somewhere that somebody puts on and says, "Hey, we're just going to have a big, meet and greet, get together for pyros, no fireworks, nothing like that. Just everybody come together, just chill out and hang out and socialize. And it would be kind of cool if there was something like that more on a regular basis for people to kind of come together.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would be a lot of fun. Even if, if you wanted to pick up orders, that's fine. I think that would be something,
Yeah.
that would kind of entertain during the day. And then in the evenings, yeah, just continue, just the hangout stuff. But no displays, yeah, just getting to know people. Um,
Yeah, somebody needs to do a group buy on pyro vacations, I guess. Hire like a pyro weekend vacation, like a big group buy somewhere. We just all go take over some resort somewhere.
a pyrocation without pyro.
But
And
and
then,
then while we were there, we got the chance to
yeah.
talk with Lone Star people,
Yeah,
Chris
had a
and
lot of
Beth
fun.
from Lone Star.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun to like hear, what they're doing and why they're doing it.
Yeah,
Like, I know, like, you and I have chatted, and I've I I understand why people do these free events, but like, I don't know. I see where Sky Wars is, and I'm all for like making money off of ticket
yeah.
sales and this, that, and the other. But like understanding what they were doing and why they were doing it, and where, any little bit of money that they were bringing in, where that was going, like
Like 100%
super
of the profit
appreciative
is
of
going
it.
back into the
Yeah,
Fosters.
exactly.
Yeah, like they're making nothing off of that. So
Yeah. And so God bless them for foregoing making anything on that event, and yeah, really just pouring it back into their community and the Foster, and yeah, I think it's a really, really good idea. And yeah,
yeah,
really good event. So
yeah, because I hadn't really known the full extent of what they were doing and all that kind of stuff. So it was really great to be able to talk with them and to be like, give us a scoop on what this is and how you guys are doing this and what it is. And
yeah.
so I think we got
Yep.
a very good oversight and a view into really what they're putting into it and where they're hoping to take it, and obviously trying to continue to grow it. And like Chris said, they're kind of at that point where Sky Wars was like 7 or 8 years ago, right? Where they're kind of
Right.
that kind of that middle ground there where you're about ready to take a bigger jump. And so I know that they got a lot of good shows planned this year, and I know they're definitely heading towards a lot bigger stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm bummed that I can't make it, but I mean, I know you're going to be there, so I'm looking forward to seeing the videos. Might have to do some. I mean, I think you're taking the GoPro, right?
Yep, I have a GoPro. I'll have my audio stuff with me, so
Yeah.
I'll probably be walking around. I'm going to be helping out, with Zach's closing the show, but
Yeah.
I'll find some downtime in there to hit up some people, talk and chat, and maybe grab some little snippets from some of the shooters potentially. It's like that, and I'll have
Yeah.
all the shows recorded, and we'll get them kind of published out there probably shortly after that. So yeah, definitely
Yeah.
looking forward to it. I'll have some Pyro Unleashed merch, so we'll get some
Yeah.
out there in the great state of Texas. We'll get some Pyro Unleashed merch going around.
Yeah. If you need more, let me know. I'll ship you more.
No, I think
But
we'll go with what we have and see what
yeah,
happens
I
out there.
think so.
But yeah, we'll get some. I got a giant banner I can hang up. So I mean,
Yeah.
if you were on our Discord, you got to see how big that banner really was.
That's fun. Like I don't know. I knew what 8 foot by 8 foot was, but I don't know. We put it up, and I was like, oh my word, that's
I know we hung it off the balcony at our Airbnb.
yeah.
Where you could see it across the lake. Like
Yeah, the
whoa.
Airbnb where I was. I just got like a random text, and it was like, "Oh, we're messing with your banner," and it's like they're on the second story of the building, and yeah, it was just like towering down. It was funny, but yeah, I think you're gonna have that out there, right?
Yeah,
At,
I'll figure out some way to
at Lone Star.
hang that giant thing up. I don't know.
Yeah, take the flagpole and just like let it wave in the wind or something. Get the wrinkles out of it.
Yeah, we'll get a canopy up or something. I'm sure there'll be something out there I can hang it. Somebody have a box truck out there I can hang it off of or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
How long are you guys gonna be out there then?
I think we are going to leave. I think Wednesday, drive about halfway, probably stay the night, and then we'll be out there Thursday lunchtime ish to probably help kind of start some of the prep work and stuff for Zach's show.
Yeah.
And they have a whole event on Friday, which is their blind pyro and all that's open to the public. So there's a bunch of stuff goes on Friday, and then obviously they have a ton of shows on Saturday. So
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That'll be a lot of fun I'm really excited to see all the shows that come out of that. Yeah. Bummed that I can't be there, but it is what it is, right?
yeah, I mean,
Can't make them all.
Can't make them all. Like you
Yeah.
can't make all the events.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't make Pyro Jam, so this is just
Yeah.
how it is.
Yep, it is. So, in other news,
This is
oh,
kind of pyro news,
you
kind
want
of
me to
not
hit the
pyro. I
pyro
mean, just
news?
kind of some.
This is interesting.
So if you're a buyer from Spirit of 76, you might have gotten, and if you had purchased some of their Howling Tales cakes, so the TM100s and TM101s, they're howling to the hammer, and they're howling to yeah, both of them were the howling to hammers. One was the instant, one was the 15-second. Then they had initially sent out a couple weeks ago a notice saying that they should be shot at 400 feet, just because there were some safety concerns that they travel 350 feet, and to kind of start pushing them back. And then just last week on the 4th of October, they actually sent out an email stating that due to some safety concerns, the cakes may release unfired inserts that could fall up to 350 feet from the launch site and pose a safety hazard. So to err on the side of safety, we urge you to stop using these products immediately. Safety is our top priority, and we apologize for any inconvenience. And since I had purchased them in the last 6 months, they're offering to give me full in-house credit on any unused ones that I have and would return. So obviously they're having some issues with these cakes potentially blowing apart, I'm assuming, probably. And so that's
Yeah.
probably why they're saying these can fly unfired for such a far away, because obviously they're probably cakes are blown apart somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've seen out there. We've talked about in here the Stadium of
Yeah,
Fire
it was
incident.
just a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about, like, our suggestion was to double the distance, and then they come out with this news suggesting the same thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely,
Um,
yeah, yeah. And I
and
mean,
then
if you watch some
they
of the
went
videos out there, and if you're familiar with like the Stadium of Fire at Utah, where there was a
right.
Hummer cake that blew apart during the beginning of that show. So I don't know if that was 76 product. I don't know for sure, but there potentially could be some relation to that incident of that cake kind of blowing apart and shooting into the audience, versus now they're doing some type of kind of recall or buyback on what you have. So
Yeah.
definitely kind of
So,
interesting though.
I mean, what are your thoughts on it? Like, are you, I guess, getting down to the nitty gritty? Are you going to send your stuff back? Or are you just not going to fire it? What do you?
I probably shot mine already, so I probably don't have any left. I probably shot them like,
Yeah.
I shot some at a club event, but I know as a club, we're taking extra precautions for anybody who may be shooting these at club events. I
Yeah.
know our safety team is asking people to work with them on if they intend to use any type of Hummer cake at all at this point. They're asking the club to be extra careful, and we're going to be setting everything back at double distance at minimum, probably some extra bracing and support. So it's definitely interesting. I would definitely like to, hopefully maybe we'll get some more information from them as to the reason
Yeah.
behind some of this. If there's a particular reason why this is happening, if it's just because I do believe both of these cakes are their 1,000-gram cakes.
Yeah.
So maybe
Were they
it's something
four
in.
ones?
Yes, they're 4 ones. Yeah.
4-1.
Yeah, so I mean, I found that kind of intriguing. So I don't know what if there's going to be any more companies that are going to issue any type of advisories of this kind of thing on some of their howling stuff, or this is just kind of isolated to Spirit of 76 right now.
Yeah. I mean, I know we have a cake. It's kind of questioned right now. We're watching it a little bit. So I think, just between, that cake and what's going on with 76, I'm wondering if it's not like the comp is getting wet. Because, like, that howl is, or the whistle, I mean, that is, yeah, it's got metals in it, and it
Yeah.
gets wet, it starts to rust, and it's going to create, like, cracks, and it will just blow up if it gets a crack.
I mean, that's one of the things you learn at PGI about rockets. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that whistling compound is very volatile and very sensitive, and you get a crack in that compound, and
Well, I mean,
it blows apart.
you look at, like, a fountain, and maybe people don't, I don't know, I don't know if, do you know that, like, essentially a fountain is just an upside down, like, rocket engine, right? So,
Essentially, yeah.
yeah, I mean, you think about what happens with a fountain. Like, you take it, you smack it, it cracks, it's gonna blow up. Like, if they drop, they will blow up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really same precedence right there. I mean, but then again, you also have to think, like, you are messing with fireworks. Like, these are man-made items. They are made to essentially explode. So, if you have a respect for them, then, that's, I mean, I don't know. I'm very adamant about having a respect for the items that I'm using, and if that respect is doubling the distance on howls and whistles, then that's probably what needs to happen.
I mean, obviously, I mean, we talked with Ed about. I mean, the distance that these
Yeah,
things are traveling is really really far. You know, a
right.
lot farther than a normal cake with that bore size.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you put some of these out there with that bore size, you could set them, you know, at 100 feet. I mean, 70 feet. Some are small, you know, inch and a half bore size. I mean, you could set them
Right.
relatively close, which would be extremely unsafe for a lot of these howling and whistling type of devices. So I mean, Saturn missiles, they're a lot smaller. I mean, more of a consumer type of item. I mean, I don't think those
Correct.
fall into this category as much because, but these ones are these more higher compound, you know, cakes. I think is going to be an issue.
Yeah. Yep. I am intrigued to see how the industry takes howls and manages them.
Yeah, especially with some of the incidences that we've seen lately. So I mean,
Mhm.
it's going to be kind of interesting. This becomes more of an industry wide kind of thing.
Yeah. And getting on to industry stuff, I know it's funny. So somebody that listens actually called RKM saying, "Oh, they're getting rid of salutes." So I heard it on the podcast. So I do want to clarify that is not actually the case. They are dropping the comp down to 3 grams, which is actually not what I thought they would do. I actually really did think that they were going to completely either take them away or just keep the comp where it was.
Yeah,
But, and again, this is not happening right away. I mean, this is just being proposed at the APA board level, so it still has a lot of hoops to go through to officially get in the book and everything. So, do I think this will affect the 2025 season? No, I don't.
yeah, that's too soon.
Yeah. So, I guess I am still intrigued. I mean, I'll go back to my original statement. Like, if they drop it down to 3 grams, what's from stopping people from just continuing to bring them in at 18 or 6
Yeah.
or
Who's
higher?
checking that, right? Like
Right.
who's opening those up and measuring them out and checking them?
Yeah. So I guess, you know, I don't know. I'm really a nobody, but knowing that I work for a company, like I am genuinely, we're looking at, what cakes we have with more than 3 grams, and we're working on figuring a solution for that. But I am asking, if you're in the industry, like, please start abiding by, the 3 gram rule limit. If that's the limit, then stick at it, stick with it, because I would really hate for, somebody's name to be being thrown around because they're not. I mean, again, I'm not like gonna, go and snitch, right? Because we all want the hotter stuff, but I'm just doing our due diligence here on the podcast to say, please stick with the allotted gram limit in the fireworks. There's also been some rule changing, and I can't remember, so I'm not going to speak on it 100%, but Roman candles are going to be completely revamped, so that'll be pretty intriguing.
Interesting.
So that being said, I actually did, I'm sorry, so I want to backtrack to the salutes. So in cakes, they will be 3 grams. If it's a single shot, they'll still be 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So very intriguing, yeah. But they're not limiting the amount of like flash that you can have in a cake. Just the 3 grams per break.
Per break, so you can
Per
still leave
tube.
it up, but just
Right. So you could do a 300 shot cake. That's 900 grams of flash
yeah,
in
right,
that
yeah.
cake. So I mean, yeah, it's all about how you work it. So
I mean, there's always a loophole somewhere that somebody's going to
there's
find
always a
and
loophole.
exploit. I mean, that's just
Exactly.
the way the business is. You can find that loophole, you're going to do it to make the money.
Correct. So,
Yeah.
yep. So Roman candles, there's a little bit of change, and hopefully we can get somebody from maybe the APA board on in the near future to chat a little bit about future changes and what else is going
You
to happen
mentioned
with that.
APA. Wasn't there a board seat change on APA?
There was a board seat change, yeah. So AJ Burns with Great Grizzly is now on the board. So
He's also on the board for PGI as well. So
PGI
yeah,
and yeah. Um,
so that'll be
so
so that'll give PGI now a little bit
and
of some
NFA.
little inside with APA.
I
So
believe
maybe
NFA,
kind of do
right?
some cross kind of work between PGI and APA.
Yeah. I think he's on NFA too, right?
I'm
Maybe I'm
not sure.
wrong.
I
I
don't know.
can't remember exactly. Either way, I mean, the fact that he's on, you know, the APA board is huge.
Yeah.
There were some pretty upset parties, but you know,
I see some people celebrate so on who got
I
voted off. So I thought there
I
was some excitement there.
am gonna say that I think there's more parties that are excited that yeah, that they're off than not. But yeah,
I mean, yeah, I mean it's
background firework drama.
yeah. I mean it's always I mean there's drama in every industry. Like
There
it's
is.
yeah,
Oh, for
yeah.
sure.
Like
Yeah.
yeah,
There's
you can
always
find
drama.
drama everywhere. It's always it's interesting once you start to kind of get onto the back end side. We start talking to people, and we have a lot of off the air conversations with these people, and you really find out all this drama that's really out there. You're
Yeah.
like, it's crazy. There's all this drama.
Yeah.
There's
It's
not that
really
many
not
people in
just in.
fireworks, but there's like a crazy amount of
There's
drama.
not, but like there's enough people that talk. I mean, how fast was it? How fast did the news spread after I called you about, Sky Wars being
I mean,
canceled? Like it
we
was
were the first ones to get out there, by the way, in case
we
anybody's
were, and it was
yeah.
minutes. I think I was calling people and they were like, "Yeah, I've been called by like four other people already." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Holy cow." So, and obviously we tried to put it out on social media pretty quick too. And then, the naysayers, which I get it. You hear something of that magnitude being canceled, then I would probably question it a little bit too.
No, I get it. I'd question it too, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But you also
Um,
have to think about too if somebody's putting that information out there, it's probably especially from a podcast that's legitimately been talking with people in the business that it
yeah.
would be be the truth.
Yeah, it's all right.
Wouldn't put out false information like that.
Well, we were putting out false information about salutes going away. So,
Apparently so. Yeah. I mean,
no, it's all good. All right. Well, we want to chat about Cobra Con a little bit
we can
more.
talk a little bit about Cobra Con, I guess. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. So, November 1st will be a very big day for Cobra Con. Actually, sounds a little bit weird, but their website is launching. You'll be able to buy your tickets, or at least the early bird tickets. Let's see. There will be new ticket options without the meal plan. I believe you'll be able to go to trade show with one of the tickets, but not any of the classes like last year. And yeah,
and
then
by the way, it's cobra-con.com if you want to find it.
cobra-con.com.
Also
And
Google
then,
Cobra Con and it pops up pretty quick if you want to get some information on what's out there right now. But yeah, you definitely want to check it out November 1st to start your registration and see what the pricing is going to look like and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
being partners with Cobra, we've gotten some, obviously some inside information
some
on
insight.
what's
Yeah,
coming that
so
we can't disclose at this point, but we definitely know there's definitely some good stuff coming. I'm super excited for what's coming this year. Be my first time at Cobra Con, so it's
you
gonna
got
be
drug into it like hardcore this year.
yeah. I mean, it's my first time, and I'm getting thrown right into the wolves
Right
this
in,
year. Like
yeah.
I
So
will be, I'll be teaching a seminar this
yeah,
Cobra Cons.
yeah, that'll be fun. I know I'll be teaching a class. I taught a class last year on, well, I guess it was technically this year, concept to execution, and I'm going to be teaching that again. So that'll be a lot of fun, putting some new material in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you?
I got dubbed for doing a class on towers and lifts.
Yeah.
I'm not. I have no idea why, but that's what I got asked to do. So
Yeah. That was to get you
thanks,
in the door. No, I'm
thanks,
just kidding.
David, for getting me roped into this.
I don't know if it's good or bad, but no, it'll be for the veteran. Yeah, a lot more news coming from that. Actually, I don't even think, I know, November 1st, so it'll be a Friday, so we'll have a little bit unusual, but we will have a secondary episode that week. And Jonathan is going to come on, and he has been he's been in charge of like displays and classes this year. And he's going to come on and he's got some news on some new things happening. I don't want to talk it up too much, but actually, I really do. It's going to be really awesome.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, definitely they've got a lot of shows playing this year, so I think it's definitely going to be a lot of shows themed around this kind of around the event this year. So there are definitely multiple days of shows.
Multiple days of shows, and I think what really gets me excited is like knowing what's coming. There's going to be a lot more people being able to be involved in Cobra Con. Yeah, and knowing that I've done a show, 21, 22, 23, and 24, being able to say that you've done something for the event is a lot of, it's really cool to do. Cobra obviously is really awesome to work with. We're working with him obviously here on the
Sure.
podcast. And yeah, so being able to bring Jonathan on and share a lot of new news and kind of share what's going to be new. And
Yeah, because
yeah, we'll just leave
he
it
should have
there.
a lineup at that point, I think,
We
on
should have a
shows and
lineup.
classes and all that kind of stuff. So we should be able to get a full kind of rundown on what all to expect this year. So it's going to be, I know he's been diligently working on getting everybody signed on.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to Cobra Con.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know some other people who are doing some sessions there as well, and so it's definitely going to be a good one.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So all right. Well,
So
is there
again, that's
anything?
April 10th through 12th,
Yeah, it goes. Sorry, yeah, sorry.
2025.
April 10th through the 12th.
Muncie, Indiana. Come out there
Yeah.
and see us.
Yeah, about 2.5 hours for me.
I'm sure we'll have a podcast space there probably for people to come and pick up some merch and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, we'll have. I'm sure we'll deliberate on that here, as time goes on. But thinking the podcast might have some influence this year, next year. Be kind of cool. So see how all that plays out.
there,
But
you want to hop into a couple of pyro news things here?
you betcha. Let's hit this thing and get her rolling.
Sweet. All right, let's see here. This first pyro news I have actually came from you.
It did.
I have this somewhere. All right, there it is. I had it pulled up earlier. All right, so this was Berlin, Connecticut. This was somewhere that you actually knew this person apparently. So
I
you said,
do know this person. Yeah.
yeah, Richard Valuk of Berlin.
Yeah.
He was charged for an investigation that started with a medical emergency last February and ended up with him in custody in September. So apparently, police were called to his house for a medical emergency. And then while they were there, they talked with the family and kids, and then they learned of a possible presence of fireworks or explosive materials within the home, which prompted them to call state officials. Upon entering the basement of Verluke's residence, state police found a large cache of fireworks and explosives. It's a cache. I mean, they've just got like a stock
Cache.
down there.
Yeah.
According to the police, all the fireworks explosives stored in the basement were classified as illegal in the state of Connecticut, including illegal commercial and consumer grade fireworks. So this
Yeah.
dude was, he was charged with like endangering children and everything else because of the illegal of the fireworks. Kind of really escalated it for him.
Yeah.
Say they did not possess a license or permit for storage or transport or use of the explosives. So he had a plug somewhere.
He knew a guy.
He knew a guy. He knew a guy. This is what happens. So if you're out there listening and you're that guy who knows a guy, like, don't keep your stuff in your house. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
house.
police
The
said such
basement is
fireworks
not
would
the
have
place
caused a
for it.
major safety problem in the event of a fire explosion. They said it would have posed a significant threat to human life and property based upon the amount of fireworks in an unprotected environment which lacked fire safety precautions. So basically, his house would have been flattened if it all would have went off, probably.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
just reading this news article, it's something else.
yeah. I mean, it was part of it. Part of it was the truck and he used to transport equipment, trash, and debris to and from fireworks displays. So that's how he was getting it.
Yeah.
Because he worked for a fireworks company where he was transporting trash and debris and equipment.
Yeah.
And I guess he was pocketing the extras.
That's why it should all go off.
And then I actually had one more pyro news here. So, I mean, that you'll be catching this in the morning. So we talked about this a couple episodes ago about the Tropicana in Las Vegas
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
being imploded and they're shooting the fireworks. That's actually happening tonight, tomorrow morning. So October 9th at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So it's 2:30 Las Vegas time on Wednesday, the October 9th. So if you're listening to this on Wednesday, it probably already happened.
Yep.
I'm sure there'll be lots of videos out there of it, but they are doing the implosion of the Tropicana. They're closing the strip down. They're doing the show is going to start with 555 drones, and then they're going to have 150 pyro drones shooting fireworks, and then they're going to blow it up with 2,200 pounds of explosives.
Please tell me they are shooting fireworks at the Tropicana with the drones.
That would be kind of badass, wouldn't it? The drone
That would
shooting at the
be
Tropicana
so
and all of a sudden
cool.
it explodes.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
screw
and
the
there's
drones.
fireworks display. I think as well that goes with it. So there's a lot of live streaming going to be happening tonight. I probably won't be awake at that time in
I
the morning
probably
because
won't
it's
be
4 a.m.
awake.
my time.
Maybe 5
Be
my
5 a.m. Eastern time. So it's about the time our episode drops.
maybe. Yeah. It
So
might.
yeah, go out there and check out the video. I'm sure there'll be lots and lots of videos, but they said there's no public viewing. I mean, obviously, if you're in the area, you can view it publicly, but they're not letting people anywhere close.
Understandable.
I mean, a lot of it, I think, is dust. I think there's a big thing for that's why they're doing it, I think, at night because
Yeah.
hopefully by the morning a lot of the dust will be settled. Could you imagine parking your car in the neighborhood and you wake up and you got an inch of dust all over your
Just
car
completely.
from the casino?
Well, really, they don't even have to worry about that. I mean, everything's in parking garages in Vegas.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
wonder-
still that stuff travels though.
wonder how they're handling like the firing of the fireworks. Like, because I would assume that the fireworks are happening like on top of the building, right?
I mean, you would think so. I mean, but you're gonna lose your equipment if they are.
So that right, exactly. So,
So I'm wondering if maybe they got fireworks maybe on the buildings adjacent to it, maybe potentially. Cause,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued to see how that plays out because I mean, you're putting, say you put a Cobra module up there. I mean, it's gone. Like
I mean,
there is no.
it's Vegas. They have the money.
They got the money.
I mean,
yeah,
Vegas
I mean,
is
what's
like,
another?
yeah, you need $20,000 for mods here. Here's 20 grand.
Yeah.
Go buy some new ones and blow them up.
Yeah, what's another 35,000? Right.
Right? Yeah.
Just go make it back at the casino.
Yeah.
Money.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna check out some of the videos tomorrow when I
Do
get up
that.
and
Yeah, I'm really excited to see that.
kind of
I
see
actually
how
completely
that
forgot
looks, what
about
they
that.
did. But yeah, had to include some pyro and a casino demolition.
Will be very intriguing to watch. And once again, the Pyro News has been sponsored by Dominator Fireworks. So,
Absolutely, yeah.
huge shout out to Ed and everybody over at Dominator. Jeez, it's been a late night.
I mean, we had Matt shipped a banner directly to the Airbnb for us
He did. He
in
rushed it.
anticipation of needing it at Skywars. So it's
Yeah, and then we almost didn't get it because it was canceled. And I think I told you that was kind of like one of the main reasons why they were like, well, do you want to go? I'm like, yes, I need to go. Like, I absolutely need to go. So
yeah, they have great supporters and sponsors, and one of these times we'll get Matt on here maybe, and
yeah, I think he
him
was
to-
heading back to China today.
get him
so.
to call in from China one day or something.
Well, I mean, if we call him,
It's
say
probably
we
like
did
morning
it
time for him now,
it'd be-
isn't
yeah,
it?
it'd be like the morning time.
He's getting up for
him.
breakfast.
Yeah, eating his drinking his morning coffee. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get him on here eventually. I know. We've chatted with him. We want to get him on. So, see how production is going in China, and maybe I don't know. Who knows what else could come out of that conversation? I'm excited for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd like to take a trip out there sometime and see all that kind of stuff. So it's
Me too.
one of these vacations.
One of them.
So just a couple of plug a couple of the events coming up. Obviously
most
Saturday,
definitely.
October 19th is the Lone Star Fireworks Festival down in Texas.
Yep.
You can check out our last episode where we talked about that. Then we got November 2nd. We got the Sooner Skyfire Showdown. I believe they have reached out to us about potentially coming on and doing an episode. So I'm going to see if we can't maybe lock down an episode with them before their show in November 2nd down in Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So, and that, I mean, that's kind of some of the bigger events to kind of wrap up kind of the season. You kind of start to get to the end of the season where everybody gets a month off for Christmas.
Month. Yeah, and I know we have some lineups with some of the gentlemen that competed in Pyro Jam. So we're going to be getting that episode out here pretty soon. Shipping out some mics and get those recorded and get them out for you guys so you can hear a little bit more about the process in those shows. Kind of been on behind the eight ball with those, but yeah, we'll get them out.
No, absolutely, yeah. It'd be kind of cool to talk to them guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything else?
All right. No, I think that all I got this week, man. It's
Yeah. Plug the website.
kind of trying to relax and just kind of trying to
PyroNewsPodcast.com.
relax and kind of chill out a little bit. So we got a little
Yeah.
top secret little pyro thing we're going to this weekend. That's super secret out here in our area. So
Are you?
yeah, you ever heard of Dr. X?
I have heard of Dr. X.
Yeah, he actually lives not too far from me.
Does he really?
Yeah, so they've got an event this weekend. So some of us gonna go out there and take some videos. I'll take some videos maybe.
All right, yeah,
Maybe I'll
have
share
to-
some videos around.
See if we can get him on the podcast.
If we can get him on the podcast.
YouTube? Yeah. Well, that'd be cool too.
Would be kind of cool, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Pull I'm on the Pyro Unleashed, you know who I am card?
Yeah, don't you know me?
Do you know me? You don't listen?
You don't know? You don't listen?
But yeah, check out our website, pyrounleashedpodcast.com. You can order some merch on there. Go there and buy some merch and show off that you're a listener. Maybe we need to do another giveaway or something and get another shirt or two out there.
Yeah.
We did a giveaway early on, and CJ from Muxboard, he won the shirt last time, so maybe we need to do another one and get it out there for people who are over on our own Discord with us.
Maybe we'll have to do something where if you buy something, you get entered.
There we go.
Yeah.
Be a good idea.
Yeah, that'll get more people wearing stuff. It'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, and then obviously, like you said, in Discord, come check us out. Just
there was some chatter this week. It was kind of busy this week.
Yeah, it was pretty busy this week. Who knows?
A lot of chatter on consumer cancer shells and all that kind of stuff. And
yeah, that's been interesting to listen to or watch and see what everybody's saying about that. So
maybe it'll slow down a little bit here, and we keep talking about getting back on there and doing some lounge chatting, and so we're gonna probably get that started back up here pretty quick. So
yeah, need to get back on there. I know I have recordings and some other meetings, but tonight, but here soon.
Here soon.
All
right, guys. Well, we will catch you all in another week, and we'll be see how things are going. But in the meantime, go out there and unleash your inner pyro.
This has been another episode of Pyro Unleashed. Come back each week for more industry insights, technical tips, and awesome pyro designs. Have fun out there, be safe, and as always, remember to unleash your inner pyro with us.